if you're lactose intolerant, you can't watch this movie because it's got so much cheese.
Sorry, yeah, I gotta go. You guys can do this on your own now.
Nope, end it there. You agree 100%. I'm right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Flicks Fellas. I am your host for this episode, Joey. With me are my former friends, Kevin and James.
So rude.
So the timeline for the listeners here, it's like so confusing because this poll would have come out like months before this episode.
Oh yeah, it's way before, but I'm still mad. Months later, I'm still mad.
2 months. Yeah. The fellas are feuding
Yeah.
at this moment.
Yes. I'm
For
also mad in general because of this fucking movie, but we'll get into it.
For some backstory, we released a poll today on the day of recording, August 31st, about our bonus episode where James and I drafted apocalypse teams. And not only is my team losing, but Kevin is actively against my team, which is not fair because my team is objectively better, more well-rounded, and more likely to survive an apocalypse. Because we don't have old men who are about to die.
Don't even give me that shit. I texted one person to vote for James because you cheated.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Joey
You
is the
voted
curator
for your
of not
team
one.
from 4 different accounts that you run. That's cheating.
You did
That's
at the beginning.
called
Joey,
trying.
I can tell you, Joey, I did not take this. I was like, oh, well, like, it'll be a fun thing. Like, whatever. Like, let's see what the listeners think. And then I'm like, oh, I'm getting blown out of the water. That's crazy. And then I look at who's voted, and I'm like, oh, it's Joey 4 times and, like, 2 other people.
Joey 4 times and Joey's sister once.
Which I didn't ask her to vote for me. She just did it on herself. So,
Sus.
okay. So sorry,
but
James,
that
did
was
your
right
mom
after
vote
you-
for you?
Right, but
true.
but literally that happened first, so you
It
can't
was
you can't.
Ironic timing. I didn't ask her to vote for me. She just voted. So,
Listen, we'll
James
see. We don't know now. The listeners know, but we don't know who won.
yeah,
We'll
this
see
is
who
very
wins.
outdated debate because,
Content.
like we said, it's
It's literally like
literally 2 months old at this point.
All right,
But
well, let's bring it back to the present, Joey. Let's talk about
bring
the
it
movie
back
we're
to
talking
the
about
present.
today.
Today, we're talking about the movie Vacation Friends, a Hulu original film released on August 27th, directed by Clay Tarver. Writers are Tim Mullen, and Clay Tarver. Starring Lil Ray Howery, Yvonne Orji, John Cena, and Meredith Hagner. Yes, her last name is Orji. Okay?
Is that how you
I
Stop
saw
laughing,
Kevin laugh. I saw Kevin laugh.
The movie is about, honestly, I think everybody knows what this movie is about just from the title of it, but I'll read it anyway. It's about a couple who meets up with another couple while on vacation in Mexico, but their friendship takes an awkward turn when they get back home. I hate that description. That is the IMDb logline for this movie. It's
Vague.
vague. It's dead accurate to the movie because the movie's kind of just predictable storyline based on the title. It's friends you meet on vacation who you don't actually intend to be friends with in your real life. So, without spoiling, let's get into some first reactions. I
Send
want
it
to
to
start
me,
with.
Joe.
Okay, James, let's go. You first.
No.
Haha, Kevin. It's my turn. So, this movie, I thought it was okay. I love, what's the protagonist's name in the movie?
John Cena.
No, not
Marcus.
John Cena. Marcus. I love that actor. Like, the guy that plays Marcus is hilarious. And I don't think this is necessarily his funniest movie, but I've seen him in a lot of, like, a few other things, like a few other, like, comedy-based things, and he's very funny.
Did you think
Get
Get Out
What
was
his
funnier?
name, Joe?
What?
So, did you think Get Out was
I'm
funnier?
not talking about Get Out. No, he was in the new,
Oh shit! Was he the friend in Get Out?
He's the TSA agent
Yeah.
who saves the day and Get Out. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Lil
he's
Ray
also in-
Howery?
I'm not
Howery.
sure. But he was great.
Howery.
I liked. There's a couple weird twists that I thought were very predictable, and then some that I was like, "This is completely unnecessary." But I liked John Cena's character a lot. I was not a fan of his wife in the movie. I'm gonna say that. Like, I found her character like chaotic in a bad way. Like, I feel like it was kind of like there was times where I feel like she kind of chimed in or said something, and it was like crazy and like it was crazy. Like, I like the concept of it. It was just the execution I was not a huge fan of. And that was a lot of the movie. Like, a lot of this movie is about just kind of like what Joey said is the interaction between these two couples and like the crazy antics they get into. So like if you're really only focusing around 4 people in this movie and then everyone else is kind of like, you know, erroneous situations that the two couples find themselves in. So overall, okay. Definitely not writing home for this one. This was not winning any Oscars, but I didn't not like it, and I will send it to Kevin.
This movie was objectively terrible. No, this movie was like just straight bad. It was a waste of an hour and 35 minutes. And like
It's
that's a
short.
pretty short movie. That's
It's
a
a
short
short movie.
Felt like I was sitting here for like it felt like forever, and I had like there was not one moment where I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was worth the hour and a half. Like I promise you, I didn't laugh out loud once. I think I was stone faced, maybe smiled at the brother, at the wife's
Yeah.
brother. I forget
He was
his
funny.
name.
Garrett, I think. Gabe.
Yeah, something
Gabe.
like that. Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have got a smile, but like a soft smile. And that was it. Like there was no point in this movie that like I thought was enjoyable. I like John Cena too, and I really wouldn't even contribute it to the actors because I think they were all fine. There's nothing about them that like annoyed me. I just think the movie was so basic and like literally just cookie cutter, and the comedy wasn't even there that like makes up for it being a cookie cutter movie, you know. So
I think
yeah.
the writing. I agree, Kevin. I think the writing for John Cena was really bad, like especially bad
For all of
But I
them.
think his delivery was very good. Like I think he had one of the more notable. Like I think the delivery of his lines was funny because it was very like he said things unapologetically, which I thought was like very fun. Like that's the only time I really thought was funny.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I don't think his delivery was terrible. I don't think there was anything wrong. Like it's also John Cena like acting, so like take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But like I really just didn't find it funny at all, and I like it was so cookie cutter that it's almost annoying to watch because you're like this. You literally know the formula to this movie. Like everybody knows it. Everybody's seen it. So if it's not funny, why am I sitting for a half hour watching this movie?
So I will chime in now. I am definitely in the middle of you. I lean more towards Kevin, but I'm not so far extreme hatred on this movie. I think it's exactly what Kevin said. It's cookie cutter. We've seen this all before. And like James said, there's 4 characters in it that you really want to sell and bring home. The main character of Marcus, he is not totally likable, in my opinion. Like
No.
you're not really rooting for him because he seems like a whiny type of character. His wife is
He is
more
a whiny.
exciting, but every time she like starts to speak, they like cut the scene or like
Yes. I thought
move
that's
away
so
from her.
hard.
I was like, they
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
should have sold her more. And then the couple of John Cena and his wife in the movie, Meredith Hagner, Ron and Kyla, we'll call them by their
Kyla,
character
yeah,
names.
that was definitely
Ron
the
and
name.
Kyla. I think their acting is overdone, but on purpose. Like I don't think it was like it's not hilarious. It's not funny. Like you know what they're gonna say. You know that there's these like quick band like they're going for the shock value, which is not shocking because we've seen this before. Now, in my research for this movie, I learned something that made sense to me. This movie was originally supposed to be made in 2005.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, now,
James, I hope you didn't see the.
I was
the
going to say I
Metacritic score.
I have another game, and I think James probably ruined it now. But
I'll play it.
okay, so that to me just right away makes sense because this is a movie that would have played well in 2005. Now, the original two actors who were supposed to be the stars of this. James knows who it is because he looked. You get to guess. I will tell you this: it is a white actor and a black actor,
Yeah, that's the formula.
and they were very relevant. Still relevant today.
In
Like,
2005.
yes, you know who they are today. Like you definitely know their names, but they were definitely much more like prominent. I
They're
think.
definitely bigger name actors than the two.
Well, it's
that are
not.
in this
It's
movie.
not Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart wasn't doing anything in 2005. That's a Kevin Hart role if I've ever seen one.
100%.
So let me think. Wow. So the
So-
white actor.
Wait, can I also
2005.
point out,
Yeah.
based on the actors that they are, leads me to believe, and I have no evidence of this or facts or information or knowledge, that the roles were supposed to be reversed. That the white couple was supposed to be the main character, and the black couple was supposed to be the fun.
Yeah,
That
I
changes
could
it.
see that. I could see that. I could see that.
That the black couple was supposed to be fun.
Yes,
Yeah, they were supposed to be like the not.
That
the-
changes
yeah,
my
I don't know if
thought
that's true
process
or not, but
completely.
based on who these two men are, I would believe that to be true.
That changes my thought process completely. Well, my gut reaction for the white guy then would be like an Adam Sandler.
No,
not a
Strike
comedy
one.
actor.
Not a comedy.
he's not.
actor.
No, not really. Which is why I don't. Which is why I think he would have been more of the straight and narrow type of guy. I'll give you 5 seconds before the viewers get bored, and I'll tell you who it is.
Yeah,
One more guess.
I'm sure it's gonna like I'm gonna kick myself in the ass, but like my brain power is 0 right now, and I honestly could have like a million guesses. I feel like.
So, the white actor is Nicolas Cage, which
Oh yeah, totally.
I could see him playing the character of
I could see him-
Marcus, but
I could
not
see him
John
playing
Cena.
the crazy character too. Have you
don't-
seen Kick-Ass?
I've seen a lot of
he's
his
Yeah, but
psychotic.
he's a
movies.
very
I know
serious.
a
He's
little
like the
crazy,
only
but
serious
he's-
kick. Go ahead.
I just don't think he is believable as like a drug pushing, thrill
I could see
seeking character.
I'd have to see what 2005 Nick Cage looked like. When he was in Ghost Rider? When did that come out?
God, 2006. You might be right there, James. That has to be 2006.
No, I think that was later.
No, it's 2005 or 2006.
Ghost Rider
Ghost
came out
Rider?
2007.
I mean, he could
Yeah,
be the
see?
crazy guy if that's
Okay.
2006.
He could be the side. Anyway, who's the black actor?
Will Smith.
Oh, okay, totally.
Which like
yeah,
I
I could see
he
it going
seems
either
like
way.
too
I really
cool
could.
of a guy to be like this.
I actually, Joey, I feel like he's not, but I feel like he plays a very cool, like Will Smith is very good at cool, calm, collected. You know what I mean? Like even in like, and I haven't seen a ton. I mean, I've seen a lot of Will Smith roles because he's in a lot of stuff. But like, I feel like a similar, at least the only chaos energy I really see Will Smith bring is when he plays Jay in Men in Black, or maybe.
Well,
in,
and that's
like,
the thing. He would have been a lot younger back then. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would
I
have
mean,
made
Men in Black was what
a little more
2004.
sense.
Yeah. So I could see either of them going as like the serious, and like I could see them flipping roles, you know, or not.
Or not. Yeah, you're right. I could see it either way, but I don't see him as like the nerdy guy who the dad doesn't approve of. Because think
No.
about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was like,
That was earlier though. That was like 19.
that was
or I think it
90s.
was,
But
Men in Black was 1997. The first one.
really? The
Yeah.
first Men in Black was 97.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the second one didn't come out till 5 years later in 2002. Anyway, this isn't a Men in Black
Yes.
podcast.
No.
This is a Vacation Friends podcast. Very fun fact, Joe. I did like that fact, actually.
thank you. Okay, so let's get to our first reactions.
About why this movie is trash.
No. We're going to
No.
decide if we
Press
want
play,
to
keep
press
scrolling.
play or keep scrolling,
Oh,
Kevin.
oh
You know
yes.
this.
I forgot we're not in the spoiler section yet.
Correct. So let's go back to James.
So I think for this one, soft keep scrolling. For this one, soft keep scrolling, because I didn't hate it. I really didn't. Like I didn't hate it, but I definitely don't think it's like, it's not something I'd be like, oh man, you got to watch this, you know. So soft keep scrolling for me.
Kev?
This is like literally just don't even look at the title card of this movie. Like just keep scrolling. Like it's a waste of time. I don't know. There's a million other movies that follow this formula that are probably better. So scroll.
Here I am again in the middle. I definitely lead towards keep scrolling. However, I do think there is a right time for this movie. And I'm thinking like thunderstorm or snowstorm where you're locked in the house, you can't go out, do anything, and you really don't want to watch like a deep movie or a good movie. You just want to watch like trash like movie put on the background even. Maybe you would press play on this movie.
Can we
What?
talk about how
If
everything?
I'm stuck inside during a snowstorm, I'm not watching just a shitty fucking movie. I'm still gonna watch
Okay,
something
you're
good.
right. No,
or funny.
a snowstorm is gonna be a good movie, but maybe this is just like a late night movie where you just need to like you don't want to keep scrolling through Netflix and you want to or Hulu
You know?
and you just want to watch something.
So, what's it called? I feel like there's a lot of times when like I'll go watch, like I know a movie is shitty, like I know for a fact. I'm like I know, like I watched the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I knew it was gonna be bad. Like I could not have been more confident that it was gonna be bad. But I was like, I have to watch it. You know?
Yeah, this
Like,
does not try to sell you as like the next Wedding Crashers or Step Brothers. Like it's not going to be a
or
great
even like
comedy
Adam
movie.
Sandler type. Like I feel like this is like an Adam Sandler type movie. Like I think Kevin was like kind of spot on with like I could see him taking one of these roles. But like I think it's just not as well done. You know what I mean? Like I just there's a lot of other movies I'd watch before this one.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is why it should be just an automatic keep scrolling.
Well, that wouldn't be fun, Kevin.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens when we double down at the end of the
Yeah.
episode.
Okay, so let's take a quick word from our sponsors, and we will be right back.